Yeah. I don't think I could be Spider-Man because my junk would be out all the time. Spandex is a very unforgiving fabric.
Yeah, it is just getting like a really tight shirt or something is bad enough to have your entire outfit be skin tight.
Just your dick is out there. My man titties would be out there. Oh, yeah. it would just not be a fun time.
And there is a lot of other work to being Spider-Man that just
obligatory death of a family member.
Yeah.
Things like that. Alright. Plugging your audio in?
Are these specific? It does not matter.
Honestly, for those, I don't think... normally the one with the mic is the right one.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to get you better earbuds. But okay, here we go.
But I can hear.
You can hear. Good. I'll get the timer going. But yeah, look at us. We're about to play Spider-Mans.
Woo!
Which you didn't play before.
Nope.
I know I played it when it came out.
Feels a little sad that it's been this long and
You still haven't played it?
Yeah.
You were so excited for it.
I know. And then just never actually got it.
Yeah. Well, I haven't done the DLC, so maybe after you beat the game, we'll play the DLC, and I'll get to experience that for the first time.
Sounds good.
But why don't you go ahead and jump in? That's my file. I did everything. You don't have to do everything. It's just my OCD. I wanted to clear the city.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know if I'll do everything, but
maybe on your own playthrough at some point.
We'll see.
At least enough to get the moves you need.
Yeah.
The difficulty, it's not a hard game. Amazing's what I played on. That's normal. You can go harder if you want, or easier.
Yeah, well,
I know you don't like to go easy.
Yeah.
Put on subtitles for all of our viewers.
Gotta put on subtitles.
All 3 of them, if they're there. And by 3, I mean me. And you. And maybe one more person. I don't know. But this will be our first long play.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. It's been a while since we recorded something. It's been like a year.
Yeah.
Essentially since we could record something in the same room.
Yeah, like we had some online stuff, but yeah, not since you were at the old house.
Yeah. And this is a much nicer setup than there because the room is slightly wider.
Yeah.
Fucking hate spiders. This was always one of those things that was weird to me as a kid and growing up, and my mom didn't understand it either. I'm so terrified of spiders, but I love Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
And like I don't get it. Why I'm so in love with like Spider-Man, but I hate spiders.
Guess another reason why you couldn't be Spider-Man. The
That's
part
true.
of having to be bit by a
I
spider.
have to be bit by but see, he didn't know he was gonna be bit.
Does that make it better though?
I guess not. I will say I like kind of like they did in the Spider-Verse movie. Excuse my dying. The Spider-Verse movie, like you see, he has Amazing Fantasy 15 there on the side. So it makes you wonder, like, are they writing comic books about this hero? Because the thing about this Spider-Man, the setup is he's already been Spider-Man for 8 years. So like, he knows how to do it. He knows how to be Spider-Man. Yeah, it's his big thing.
All units, level 4 mobilization. Location, Fisk Tower.
I think... I might be wrong on this. It sounds like Travis is the Kingpin. I could be wrong.
I know some of them were in it.
I can Google it. Kingpin, Spider-Man, voice.
I don't think I would use my web to pull the toast towards me. That's not really something I would want to have on my toast.
No, it's gonna be stickily weird. I do like that they gave his, he has almost like the Iron Spider Marvel Cinematic Universe eyes.
Mm-hmm.
All units stand by. Warrant is en route.
Yes, it is Travis Willingham as the Kingpin.
He looks so graceful and like he knows what he's doing. And then it's
This is gonna be Uncharted.
and
You're
then
playing now.
I was gonna say, then it's gonna switch to me, and I'm gonna have no idea what I'm doing.
They made swinging very easy in this game, which is great, because in some of the other games it's been really, really difficult. But they definitely made it one of the more easy things to do.
That's good, seeing as it's, you know, his main thing.
So, like, you can R2 swing, and I think it's R1 shoots you towards one of those circles. And then if you hit X when you land on it, or if you land on it, you'll shoot out in the sky. But that might be a move you have to unlock. I don't remember.
You got it. Almost there.
Oh, Darren DePaul's in this.
Nice.
He plays J. Jonah. J. Jonah Jameson. And Laura Bailey is Mary Jane Watson. Then a lot of people I don't know because they haven't been on Critical Role.
Sounds about right.
Well, that or I haven't recognized them from like an anime,
Yeah.
or I don't realize it's them from another video game. Because most of the time when I recognize a voice actor, it's from an anime or a video game. I mean, that's where voice actors work. But it's mainly anime.
Yes. Sorry. Yes. Dealing with a personal issue. I'll be in soon. Promise. Better wrap this up quick than get to my real job.
Yeah, they definitely give you... The learning curve is nice.
Yeah. As you would hope for being a superhero that swings around on things.
So if you were... So right now you're waiting till the top of your thing to release. If you release kind of when you're coming up from the bottom, it'll shoot you forward faster.
Well, okay then.
Yeah, it's things like this that make me not want to go to New York. You know? The guns. The death. The fact that superheroes are there and it's terrifying because people die all the time.
Yeah. They have a habit of just destroying most of the city and...
Right? Insurance costs have to be so high in New York.
Yeah.
Especially after the Avengers, like...
So you really need to live on, like, the fringes where less things happen.
I'm really excited for when they make a second one. I know they haven't announced it,
Who's ready for their hot, fresh cup of bodily harm?
but I'm very excited for when they make a second one because I'm hoping they'll throw in like an Avenger or something, like as a cameo.
Gotta warn you. I'm feeling punchy.
Yeah, it pretty much plays like Arkham Knight
Yeah.
or any of the Arkham games, but with Spider-Man's abilities instead of Batman's.
This doesn't look good.
Somebody just shoot him!
Man, Fisk has a lot of guys on his
All the
payroll.
murder. And that is something nice they'll do. You'll see that later on in the game. You know, like in the Batman games, it's like, he definitely killed that guy.
Yeah. Which they just, you know, gloss over.
Yeah. One of the nice things about this is like if you kick an enemy off a building, you'll hear the web thwip, and you know Spider-Man like caught him and stuck him on the side of a building, so he doesn't just fall to his death.
Sorry, Cap.
Okay, Yuri. All done. What's happening?
Yeah, just explosions as usual.
Yuri? Yuri!
Yeah. There was a prequel book to this game that sets up for you taking down Wilson Fisk right here.
I knew this wouldn't go quietly.
I read a good chunk of it. I never finished it. It's well done. It's a good book. But you don't need it to understand this. You just kind of jump in, and you're there. See, it's all the shooting.
Get more backup. And lock down the airspace.
Yuri, you okay?
He makes it out of that building, we're gonna lose him.
I'm gonna go,
I hope they bring in her character in the Marvel movies. She's a cool character. Granted, she normally doesn't pop up for Spider-Man until he's older. But one of the things that's been getting me about the Marvel movies is they keep real time.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm hoping with, like, after Far From Home, like, Peter will be in college at that point because he should be a high school senior where he's at now.
Yeah. It's like eventually he would get older.
Yeah, and Tom, you know, because Tom Holland's getting older, and that's one of the things I've liked that they've done. So I'm hoping we get to see Tom Holland as, like, this,
Yeah.
no longer like, oh, I'm on the ropes Spider-Man. I'd like to see him progress, because that was one of the things we didn't get in, like, the Tobey Maguire movies. It's like, oh, I'm becoming Spider-Man. Guess what? I'm Spider-Man now, bitches.
Yeah.
So it would be nice to have that, like, growth for Tom Holland. And that's what you do get in the Amazing Spider-Man movie. So I'd like for Far From Home, or not the Amazing Spider-Man movie, the Homecoming. But that'd be cool to have from Far From Home, is like, that's the movie where he finally comes in, he's like, I am Spider-Man.
Yeah. Which, speaking of Holland, I feel like I'm supposed to have like some spoilers I'm supposed to be trying to keep secret during all of this. And failing miserably.
What do you mean?
Because I'm being Spider-Man right now, and, you know, he doesn't know how to keep his mouth shut.
Oh, true. So that's a cool mechanic they do, where you can heal yourself based off of the fighting you do. Because you gain, like, a spider meter. All the murder. Except they're not murdered.
And all the guys with guns.
Yeah. I mean, Wilson Fisk, he's the kingpin of crime. He's gonna have guys with guns. Lots of guns. What blows me away is all these cops are using what look like Desert Eagles. They're using 45s. Like, what department has everyone using 45s?
I guess apparently New York.
Yeah, in New York.
Spider-Man, status.
Heading to the upper floors.
Just climbing up a wall, no big deal.
Our choppers are taking
Yeah.
fire. Looks like
I never noticed before, you can kind of see his spider bulge
He's desperate.
when he's crawling that flat.
with everything he's got.
I just,
Find him and end
you
it.
just notice these things.
Well, you know, when the camera's just pointed right up
Shot
in
up
that
at his taint.
direction.
Yeah.
Want to put him away for good.
It's one of those things that just happens.
Yeah.
Call from May. Better answer. Hi, Aunt May.
What is all that noise?
It's nothing.
Watching,
Ignore your damn business.
what's up?
I just wanted to make sure we're still on.
Just a really awesome movie, no big deal.
So I'm gonna say something controversial right now. I've never been a fan of Aunt May. Except Marissa Tomei's Aunt May. I do love Marissa Tomei. But yeah, I've never been a big fan of Aunt May. Never.
I mean,
Like, I don't hate her, but like, she's always been that thing that I don't care about in Spider-Man.
yeah.
Hold him so he can't jump.
How exactly do you think this ends up for you?
I don't know. But I will say, I do love Marissa Tomei as Aunt May. And
The next one.
I like that they made her younger.
Regret your life choice?
And even like Aunt May in here, like, she's the appropriate age to have like a 27-year-old Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You know, people complained a lot when it was when Marissa Tomei got cast. Like, I know Capo and I have talked about this. This was something that her brother complained about, because like, Marissa Tomei is hot and she's a young Aunt May, and they even make that joke in Homecoming, like, you know, hot Aunt May. But it's like, so Aunt May is Peter's. So she married Ben Parker, you know, Uncle Ben.
I should look for a sneaky.
Uncle Ben is the brother of Peter's dad, so it's like his actual uncle
There we go.
Yeah.
and aunt. It's not his great uncle. It's not his great aunt. It's his actual uncle and aunt. But they always drew Aunt May and Uncle Ben old. You know, that's how like in Amazing 15 and the old Amazing Spider-Man comics, they drew her and Uncle Ben, they were old, and that, you know, worked in the comics back then. And she's just always been, you know, oh, I'm old Aunt May.
When they're oblivious.
But one of the things that I like, and I'm cool with it in the comics, because whatever in the comics, but even now in the comics, they've made her look slightly younger.
Yeah.
Not, you know, she's not 50. She's still old. Or older. But she has, like, a hipper haircut, and she's wearing more modern clothes. She's not your stereotypical, like, oh, I'm old Aunt May, I've got cookies in the oven.
Yeah.
You know? So I was excited when they're like, oh, well, you've got 15-year-old Peter Parker, and here's Marissa Tomei as Aunt May, because she's an appropriate age for a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
You know, if she's slightly, like, let's say Ben's brother is younger, so her and Ben were older, makes sense. You hear Travis?
Yeah.
It's indistinguishable, like, or not indistinguishable, but you can't miss it.
Yeah.
But no, that was one of the things I was like, sweet, I'm excited to have a young Aunt May, but I know Capo's brother was like, she's too young. And Capo pointed it out, you know, in movies, we've always cast teenagers as 30-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you have 30-year-olds playing 21-year-olds. Which means their parents would be 50-year-olds playing 30-year-olds and stuff like that. So you're used to seeing the older... But one of the nice things we're getting in the Marvel movies, especially with Marissa Tomei and Peter Parker, is you're getting actors who are essentially those ages, if not just a couple years off.
Yeah.
And it's the same with, like, Netflix shows. Like, we're actually casting actors those age. Like, in Sabrina, she's playing a 16-year-old. The actress is 18. So, like, you're right there. Same with Riverdale and things like that. So, like, Marissa Tomei, I think she's in her 40s, but she's playing a 40-year-old actress, like, character. And it works. Tom Holland is 23. He should be playing a 17-year-old Peter Parker, and this is why I think they need to take a time jump after Far From Home. Like, not like a big one, but for his character, like, they need to be like, oh, Peter's celebrating his 20th birthday now. Because Tom Holland is 23, 22, 23.
Yeah. Eventually, you can't pass him off anymore as a...
No. Yeah. This is one hell of a tutorial stage, but not a lot happens, which is why I'm rambling.
Yeah.
You're learning the game, and I'm like, let me just talk about something.
Let me talk about old aunts and young aunts.
Marissa Tomei is gorgeous, though. I feel like this episode is just an ode to Marissa Tomei.
That's kind of what it's turned into, but I mean...
She's gorgeous. I mean, don't get me wrong, Tom Holland ain't bad looking either, but...
Definitely almost kicked an innocent person in the face.
I've done it. In real life. No, I mean, in the game. On accident.
Can't help it when I'm playing a game and somebody runs at me. I get defensive.
From the shadows, right?
Ow!
Yeah, I think that person's dead. I love that the concrete is just bent in the right
Always
way.
Conveniently curved to make sure they aren't dead.
This suit does nothing for his junk. I love the classic Spider-Man suit, though. I really do. One of my favorite Spider-Man suits is the classic with the web in the arms. I love that one. Because one of the comics that I used to hold on to a lot when I was a kid was Spectacular Spider-Man, the one where you don't... It's a lizard storyline, but you meet the reptile, I think is his name. Or no, the iguana? It was a 3-issue story arc. I used to carry those I still have them, but I used to carry those 3 with me everywhere because I loved those. Because the Lizard was one of my favorite villains growing up for Spider-Man. Because Kirk Connors, it's a wonderful story, you know, because he's a villain, but he's not a villain. Like, it's a tragic villain where he's trying to do good for the world and then he becomes something horrible.
Yeah,
That's kind of Spider-Man villains in general, though. But that comic had... The Spectacular Spider-Man series had... Like, Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, had the webs under the arms. And I always liked that look. Ow! Rocket to the face!
I don't like that.
Yeah. We might have to fix the ratio between episodes, because it's a little weird on TV for some reason.
Ow! I was distracted.
Remember, you can heal by holding down. Oh, you did. Good. I'm glad you foresaw my advice.
Yeah. Well, because I was like, that rocket really hurt.
It took you to 1 HP.
Is it National Rocket Day or something?
Get good, scrub.
It sure seems like it. Just rockets everywhere.
Again, Wilson Fisk. He pays for the good shit.
I know. All the cops with their simple little handguns, and here they are with some damn rocket launchers.
Well, I think we're getting close to the end of this episode, but I think we can finish off Wilson Fisk first. We're at 20 minutes, 19 and a half.
Well, you know better than I do, so...
I think you're about to get to Wilson, so we can go like the extra 5-10 minutes to take him down.
Alright.
Settle down.
That should still be good within our short videos for this. Oh, the murder. Not really murder. I keep calling it murder, but you're not murdering. You're just assaulting.
I mean, granted, if you,
I love the wall hits. They're so good. You're about to die again.
you punch somebody hard enough repeatedly, definitely can turn into some murder.
Yeah. So I will say something you can do is definitely the L1 R1 thing. That'll definitely clear, or at least knock out an area.
Yeah, I've been meaning to try that because I keep seeing it pop up on like every trash can. Oh yeah, just...
You guys all right?
Yeah, the one small web swing like, sup bitches? Spider-Man.
I really couldn't just walk that 10 feet.
I'm sure you've heard of me. Half man, half spider.
Well,
Not a boy.
very tight suit. Hey,
I have spider sense.
Wait a minute. Y'all have bigger guns. Y'all aren't good guys.
They don't have Desert Eagles. He should have known from the fact they weren't carrying Desert Eagles. That's always fun.
Ow.
No, I'll never get that image out of my head.
Ow.
So your plan didn't work.
Uh,
Plan B.
Gotta love the clickety-clack of a PS4 controller.
Yeah.
But it's fine. We're a new channel, people. You're gonna hear the buttons.
Yep.
It's how you know we're actually playing.
That and the fact...
That you die a lot.
Yeah, this is not the most optimal Spider-Man action.
No, we're pretending to be bad so they don't know how good we are.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you know. I gotta make sure they think they have a chance.
Right, right. They don't want to... We gotta give the villains a little bit of credit.
Yeah.
With pleasure.
Am I even... Okay, I was like, am I even going the right way? We got a cutscene.
I think it's a boss fight.
No, it's just a big, massive room. You know, with a villain.
It's a great boss fight.
Writing your memoirs? Don't forget the hyphen between spider and man.
Get the chopper ready. I will.
Get to the chopper. You know, I will buy a game simply for a voice actor. And I did that before. I found out Travis was in that Mad Max game. And I bought that just because Travis was in it. He was the villain.
You do know I can still...
It was a fun game. We should do it sometime. It's not the most fun, but it is fun.
That's all you can really ask for.
Oh, for me? You shouldn't.
It'd be good. We can try it for a couple of one-offs if we want.
Yeah.
If we want to finish it, sure. This one we're finishing. Because Spider-Man's great.
Oh, I definitely missed that part.
Now.
Splat, 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 splat. Flip, flip, flip. Now you do both, and... Aha!
What do you think I'm doing? I'm destroying your frickin' turrets.
Destroying your glass.
Your pillars with laser beams.
How is this happening?
I'm frickin' Spider-Man.
You seem angry.
I will destroy you.
Fisk has always been one of those villains that people just never... People haven't done right in a long time, I feel, for Spider-Man. Like, Spider-Man is one of the few comics I still kind of get and read. And I'm not remembering a Wilson Fisk storyline that they've done. I will say, there is a great Lizard storyline they did in the past 10 years. I can't remember what it's called. I can see the covers. It was right before. It was a Dan Slott one, I think. It was towards the start of his run of Spider-Man. And it was around when they were doing the gauntlet for the Kraven hunt or whatever. But essentially, the Lizard fully overtakes Kurt Connors, and he... Spoilers for this. Peter's trying to save him, and the Lizard kidnaps his kid because the Lizard at times has tried to, turn New York into lizards or turn his family into lizards, try to make everyone reptiles. And, the Lizard has always been held back from that one part of Kurt Connors that's been there. But in this storyline, Kurt lets himself go and psychologically is killed by the Lizard. And so he becomes like full reptilian, and he eats his son.
Ooh. As one does.
Like, he kills his son, like, eats him, right? I don't remember if it's in front of Peter or what, but Peter finds out, and you're just like, what the fuck? It's so good. Check it out. I spoiled it, but it's still, the art is really well done. And I'm very picky about my Spider-Man art.
Yeah.
Like I have this Ryan Ottley print here. I love Ryan Ottley's work on The Amazing Spider-Man, because it's what I imagine Spider-Man to look like.
I love how it went from, he's going to destroy me, to, I need all y'all to help me. I'm dead.
Can you imagine being a thug? Like a villain's thug, like henchman? Like, hey, what do you do for your... Oh, I'm private security for Wilson Fisk. Really? Yeah. Where's he stationing you today? Oh, Spider Killer Base. Wait, what?
I know. It's not exactly the most ideal job.
No.
Like,
but it pays well, I imagine.
Definitely pays well, but you just know eventually the superhero is going to show up and kick the crap out of you.
Yeah.
Because it's never like henchmen that actually have powers. It's always just normal guys.
Normal guys with guns. And you would think after 8 years of being a Wilson Fisk henchman, you'd be like, maybe this isn't the job for me. But who knows? Maybe he gives, like, great health insurance, like he gives good dental.
He could.
It's like when your teeth get knocked out from Spider-Man, he pays for the replacements.
Yeah. Maybe some good retirement benefits in case you survive.
Because there's got to be some incentive outside of the pay for being a henchman.
Typically, I guess it's more, I won't murder your family.
I guess, yeah, that's probably a good incentive. But what if they don't have families? Like, I doubt Jeff, Larry, Bill, all these guys here have families. Some of them probably do. Larry probably has a family.
I won't murder your dog. They are all white.
That's true. What does being white have to do with it?
You know about white people and their dogs.
I mean, no. I know about dating profiles and people with their dog, which we'll talk about that in a later episode. All the dog talk on dating profiles. I was just gonna make a John Wick joke, but you took that in a white direction, David.
Sorry, I can't help it.
Which I have not seen John Wick 3. I need to go see John Wick 3.
I haven't seen it either. Oh.
Yeah, so the way these QuickTime events work is once it hits the circle...
Yeah.
That's where you do it. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, Wilson Fisk is a hardy boy. Like, he definitely ate... What is that soup that the NFL players always advertise?
Oh, the Campbell's chunky soup.
Yeah, he definitely ate his chunky soup. He listened to his mama.
Yeah, when you can just get pounded through floors and walls and...
By the way, not sponsored by Campbell's Chunky, but...
Yes.
Hey, Campbell's, if you want to throw some chunky soup our direction.
Yeah, maybe later.
Alright, I think that's a good place for us for this episode.
Yeah. Got through the tutorial.
We're gonna adjust some settings real quick, and then we'll be back. Well, hit pause. There we go. We'll be back.